Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Catching a successful man. All right, ladies. Okay, we know y'all want to level up. Y'all want to get that man with money and everything. Now, I already told y'all need to catch him before he gets money, before he gets to that level, right? You know, you don't want to hold back with him and everything. Shoot, you want to deal with him. You want to deal with him early, right? You want to deal with him early. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, that's preferable, but there is a situation where you meet him, he's already successful, so the whole support him when he didn't have thing ain't gonna work. And this more some game, like the get him early is more for the younger women, but you know, what if you've been working a while? You got some stuff going on yourself, or even for those women, they just trying to upgrade as they older. They in their late 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s. So by the time you deal with that guy, he got some level of success. He got some level of success. He done did some stuff with his life. All right, you know, he got he got a little bit going on for him. You know, he might not be a millionaire, but, you know, he could be making six figures, or he got something that's at least keeping his attention, you know, close enough. He's doing some stuff. He's definitely what you would call successful at what he's doing. You meet him then. So how do you catch this guy? All right. Well, here's the thing. Here's the key to it. And this is something you have to understand. Because I see a lot of guys want to catch it, but then they want to still be independent women and stuff. Ladies, and I'm just being real with you. And this goes across races. This goes across races because a lot of time I talk about this, somebody come on here, well, white guys. It's like, no, white guys worse with this. If they're successful, they definitely worse with what I'm about to say. Understand one thing with a successful man. They got to their level of success without you. Which means you can't come in and try to change his program up or think you're going to be Miss Independent. Whatever you do, even if you have a business yourself, you doing some stuff, you're going to have to fit into his paradigm. And I'm just being raw with you. I mean, you know, it might be a good fantasy to think, oh, yeah, y'all do some equal stuff and all of that. But we're talking about an entrepreneur. Or we're talking about somebody who's reached a high level in whatever profession they chose. It could be like they could be a professional. They could be an attorney. They could be a doctor, an accountant. They got to a certain place before they met you. Understand that when a man has that attitude and everything, he is going to be a sovereign thinker. He's already showed he can lead himself. He's not going to let a woman come in and try to change his program up or not be a part of it, or try to say, well, you got to do it this way or something. First of all, if a man look, even though on my men's channel, I said a man can get past, money and status to get a woman, through sex appeal. The fact of the matter is, if a man got money and status in this culture, he's going to get plenty of women. You're competing. And most of the women are going to be cooperative. Because since he's going to have a choice, especially if he socializes. Now, and even, you know what, I was going to say maybe your physical attractiveness, but really, if a man gets in his 40s, which is typically when if he's going to be successful, it's typically he's going to have some idea about it in his 40s and really 50s. And that goes across the board. Most men are not going to be successful before then. Young men who are successful in anything before the age of 30 they're statistically rare. In fact, and this is something I said on a video before, and I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in for this percent calculator. Now, it's 5 years old, so just extrapolate. Just add a couple percentages to it, maybe. But basically, it'll tell you how many men in this country are making like, at least by 2014 standards, were making six figures, or it tell you their race, everything. You can break it down in a few different ways. So there's not, first of all, there's not that many men there. So the type of men who are going to, in this culture, when you have only 25% of the population, male or female, who makes over 50,000, if you're talking like a level of success, basic success is like maybe like six figures, like pure six figures. It's not that many. And then really, technically, to be 1%, technically, to be in the 1%, it's usually like roughly $250,000 to, $250,000 to 300,000. Typically around that range, maybe 400,000, depends on where you live. Remember, I said 1%. Billionaires are the 0.1%. Understand that. So, but for a guy to get to that level, he had to have a certain amount of leadership, discipline, self-discipline, drive, ego, maybe some arrogance. He had all out. He ain't putting all that away just for. Especially if he's self-made. He ain't changing all that up for some women coming into his life to adjust to her program. That's the first thing, because you have to ask. You want to catch that man, you gotta ask yourself: are you going to adjust to his program? This, regardless of where you are, regardless of what you're doing. Because let's be real, there's not a lot of women up there. You got some women, yeah, they making that money, but most of the women who want to try to get that successful men aren't at that level of success. Let's just keep it 1,000. So you coming into his world and stuff, he don't have to, because he does have that choice. And that's even if he bothered. I've known some dudes, they're very successful in their 50s. First of all, they had age requirements. They didn't want to deal with women close to their age. Many of them are picky. Boom. So if you want that man, one, you got to show how you're an asset to him. That's your only way. You got to show how you enhancing his life in one way or the other. He got to feel like you're an asset. That's pretty much it. And now I know y'all seen me. I dress modestly most of the time. And I don't show when I do anything else. I let y'all see a modest thing. Some other people, shall we say, will see something else. But you gotta understand. Just that mindset, just the mindset of that man. It's like he wants to know, just talking with these guys, and not just my view, but just talking with these guys. They thinking, asset, what is she bringing to me? How is she making my life better? I created this business on my own, and it's not necessarily you have to be in business with him or anything. It might be, are you bringing him a smile? You making him feel better or something like that? You calming him down. He might be that workaholic. Are you helping him to relax? All of those things you got to take in consideration. All those things, when you're trying to catch that successful guy, you got to take all of that into consideration. You got to think, what are you bringing him? And too many women, I've noticed, too many women wondering about what he bringing her. I'm like, it don't work like that, honey. It ain't going to work like that. He ain't going to look at you like that. Like I said, this man, if you get in this culture, when you have only 12%, and maybe, okay, let's say less than 15. Hopefully it might have increased in the last few years. 15% of men making over six figures, 15%. That means most of the men you dealing with are, the rest of the 85%. And then, of course, you got some guys who are close to that. Shoot, they close to it. So maybe, you talking, only 25% over 50,000. You got it. Shoot. By nature, that dude's like, well, shoot, it's my world. So if you want to catch him, you gotta ask yourself, what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing? How are you making his existence better? because he can have zero tolerance for it. Because like I said, you thinking that, but 10 other women thinking the same thing, and you competing with that too. So anyway, and I'm just being real with y'all. You can't really argue with it. You can try, you can have like some magical thinking, but I'm just saying how these guys are thinking. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to you later. Peace and blessings.